Hello everyone, it's me Mel with Lethalia's Little Hook with Melanie, and Happy New Year! Today we're going to do something new with my channel. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. Here come the puppies. We are going to do a tutorial. I have never done that. Hold on. Too much light, and there's still all sorts of light in my glasses, but cannot go without them. So, love the headgear. This will be January's headgear. So I was approached by a company called Great 7, and they do cross stitch and possibly some other stuff. I haven't had a good, thorough walkthrough of their website, but they have some lovely cross stitch kits, and they said here's a budget if you just do an opening, and here's a slightly higher budget if you do an opening video and a tutorial video. And I'm like, that's an idea. And so on my live, I said, here are the two kits I got. Which one would you like to see me start in a tutorial? And this is the one that got the most votes. Rainbow Kitty, isn't she gorgeous? So I'm going to just do a quick, kind of how-to on a printed cross stitch, how-to on the how to set up, how to separate your floss, what comes in the kits, and all that for people who have maybe never done cross stitch and people who may not have done it in quite a few years like I was. And if you hear the lapping, that's because the water dish is right below my knee. But let's get into this. Okay, so I also have some goodies to show you. I'm not sure if they're available on Great 7's website. I got them at different sites, but I wanted to show them to you because they do help in case you have some pain in your hands like I do. I have not been diagnosed with arthritis or carpal tunnel, but I'm starting to get that pain through here if I grip too long, and through like the back of my hand and right through here. So if I'm gripping the hoop, let me show you the hoop. We're just going to use where I thought I put all my hoops in this other bag, and apparently not. I'm going to have to wonder where I put my hoops. And Ziva thinks crinkles mean num-nums. But here is a regular wooden embroidery hoop. You can find a lot of these at the Goodwill or thrift shops. So in fact, it says Coates and Clark, 6-inch. But, and they're not too expensive at craft stores. They now make them in plastic. I have always gotten them in the wood, which I believe might be pine or bamboo. You just unscrew it to loosen it, separate, and I will show you more when we do the tutorial. And now you're going to hear Ziva crunching on her bone. Let's get to the tutorial. See you there. Okay, so this entire kit came with everything in this bag, including the chart, which is color coordinated, as you can see. And then on the side here, which is not in the picture, is a color coordinated chart, which has numbers the symbol, and then what the DMC, which is a brand name floss or thread number is. So if you run out, which I have never run out from a kit, they usually give you extra, number is, so you can go buy it. So the equivalent of the color. Now this is not color precise. They always make it in some funky color so that it's bright and you can see it. Now the fun thing I learned about these printed ones, because I never did printed, I always did counted cross stitch, which was where it was a blank canvas and you had to count the number of stitches across. I like these printed ones, but after you are done putting your thread on and you've done the whole picture, you soak it in cold water for a few hours and all of these colors disappear. They don't bleed and stay on it and mess up your thread. They just wash away, and then you take it out of the water, you rinse it in clean water, and it's completely white. So all that's left, all this lettering, everything is gone, the graph and everything. All that's left are your colored threads. So, yeah. So, as you can see, this corresponds to that. And so, this even has the chart on it, too, in case your paper gets messed up. But this comes with all the thread you would need, and they put it on little, this has a lot of thread. It's very big. As you can see, it's a large cross stitch. I like that. It's a wall hanging. And I need a bigger hoop. I could only find my small hoop. Sorry about all the crinkling. I'm going to get everything out and get rid of the plastic. It comes with needles, many needles, because, you know, you lose stuff. A threader for those who have issues threading needles. This is sort of a finger thimble so you can push the needle through if you need help. And a fun little pin cushion. So, and then all of the threads are here. That's what you get for eating your bone. You get chokies. And I'm being nice to her. She knows better. But they're all numbered here the same as the corresponding numbers here. So like 959 is this 959 up here. And that would be that color. So that symbol of that sort of orange lightning bolt cloud thingy, you would find it on here, right there. It's right, I just found it right there. So, okay, so let's try to actually do some and see. When I start these, I try to find a color that has a lot in one area. See these red arrow kind of things? I'm going to start with those because they're all right there in the middle. So you put the smaller hoop in the back. Where was I going to start? The red arrows, which are up here on the kitty's face. You just put the smaller hoop in the back. And I'm going to look like a fool doing this because it's stiff paper. This is an 11 count, I believe, which I believe means there are 11 squares per inch. Yes, it's very stiff. Okay, I look like a fool. You can all laugh at me. I do not care. It's very big. It's very big, and I have a very small hoop. Okay. I could not find my bigger hoop. I have a bunch, but... And then you kind of force it in. I don't even know if I'm on camera. I sound like Mama G right now. Am I on camera? Am I on camera? Is it in? All right. So you kind of force the sides down, and it's going to be a tight fit. And y'all probably know this. You're like, I've been cross-stitching and embroidering since I was 6 years old. And then you tighten it. You want your cloth tight, but you don't want to like rip it, which is very hard to do. And then you tighten down the screw. But you know, don't break your fingers. You just want it so there aren't like ripples in your fabric. You want your fabric tight and your hoops even with each other, top to bottom even. Okay, so that's nice and tight. Okay, and that's my top. There's a cat staring at me. So then I have to find out what symbol is that. What symbol is that? And I didn't even put those triangles in there. Oh, it's an up triangle. Yeah, I was reading that the wrong way. Okay, so it's an up triangle. It's 3770. So we're going to go in here. More crinkles. Sorry, guys. And try not to disrupt everything under the sun. Lots of multiples. 3, 7. I should have just taken the one on top. I found it. I found it. Okay. And it's going to be... Oh, okay. Try to keep that all nice. Now, on here will be some directions for you. Down here. Okay? It says... A thread can be divided into 6 stitches. 11 count uses 3 strands to a stitch, and 14 count uses 2 strands to a stitch. And then it will always tell you up here, well, it should, if it's a good pattern, that this is 11 count. So what you want to do is get one of your strands of floss. And this is how I do this. So 11 count uses 3 strands. So you want to pull apart your threads until you've got 3 strands in each finger. And then just very slowly, because it will start doing that. Now, I'm sorry if you're OCD. This is how I do this. Because it will try to knot up. I put the third one in my mouth. You can tape it to the table. You can do whatever. It needs tension on it. So I put it in my mouth. It's my yarn. It's my thread. I'm sorry if you're grossed out, but it needs tension. So I put that end just between my lips. That's it. Or you can just keep pulling on it so that it does not knot. There are different ways, but that's how I do it, and it gets it done without the knotting. But look, there, I did it without putting it in my mouth. You can, all your germaphobes can go, oh, thank God. And then you take that other 3 strand. Don't put it back with the others because you'll forget which one's the 3 strand. Leave it to the side or have a nice little, place for it. And then you have to get one of your needles. It's always good to have a notions pouch with your cross stitch as well, because you'll need the scissors, and believe me, the back of this is going to look like a train wreck. I mean, some people can make it look nice. Mine always looks like a train wreck. I tuck in the ends under other ends, and so the way I thread a needle, I pull both sides over the needle to bend them real tight, and then because these have pretty big eyes, pop that folded, and of course I'm not going to be able to do it while on camera. I'm going to look like a newbie. Pop that folded end through the eye, and voila. Now my mom used to be able, because when she was in school they had like sewing classes. She can do this trick where she holds two ends in her hand and rolls them and they form a knot. I have no idea how to do that. I don't need to do that though, because you're not making a knot right now. So, okay. Here we go. So these red pyramids, the red pyramids right here, all these red pyramids are this cream color yarn. I will start at the left furthermost uppermost one, okay? And I will start in the left furthermost uppermost hole, if I can get it in the hole. Now it's very close to the, and see it doesn't want to go because it's very close to the wood. Oh yeah, see that one's too close to the wood. I can't get it up there. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? Nope, it won't go. I'll have to get him on another pass when I move the hoop. Can I get it in him though? Nope, can't get it in him either. So I'm gonna move the hoop. My OCD won't let me skip those two. I have to move the hoop. I have to. After all that trouble of getting the hoop where I wanted it, I have to move it. See, and this is an easier way of putting the hoop on. Have it flat on a table. Have it flat on a table so you can use the table as resistance. That was much easier, wasn't it? I don't even know how many, 12 minutes already. We haven't even done a stitch. So if you are interested in cross stitching, all these new cross stitch sites, Great 7, One Day Savings, all these other ones out there, but they are great to look at. And Great 7 has given me a discount code, Lethalia06. It gets you 6% off. You can use it as many times as you want on different visits to the site, and it never expires. So I will put that in the description box. I'm also going to put a link to this pattern kit down there, and to the other pattern kit I got. And then, okay, so we're going to start with this one. I always go, I don't know if this is how everybody does it. I go left to right with my X's because it's cross stitch. So you make crosses, X's. And then I always leave a good little bunch on the back so that when I come back across, now this X, since he's the only one in his row, will be made right away. So there's the first leg. I'm hoping you can see this. And then you go up. And since I'm making the X already, what I do is I tie him off by putting the end, I guess you would call it weaving in the end. I make sure the tail goes through the hoop left by that next stitch, and that secures, when I pull, that secures that string just like that. And now I don't have to worry about it pulling out. So, and then I go down through, and you don't have to pull tight. And then, so the next row, since it starts over here, And you just do all your left starting X's in that row. And if anybody has any questions on cross stitch, they can contact me through my email, which is in the description box. I will be more than happy to help them with anything I can. Or, you know, we can have a meetup on FaceTime or Messenger, and I will help them in any way I can. Even if it's not cross stitch, I am passable at knitting. I would love to help anyone forward their skills in knitting and crochet. I'm about to journey into needle felting. That's a new one for me, and I am going to start a journey into embroidery, which is different than cross stitch. So, I mean, these are all goals for me. The needle felting and the embroidery are new goals for me. They are things that I am hoping I will enjoy. I'm also going to try resin, the acrylic resin with molds this year. So that'll be fun. I'm also still working on my dessert sauces. If anybody's interested, I am going to be playing with my Cricut more. But that is just, I want to get better at it. So there's another row done. And you can see how I did that. Yeah. So that is how you do a row of cross stitch. And then you just do all the symbols. Now, if they get close to the other side, I will do them. If they connect over here, before I finish this row, I will go up this row. All the left-leaning ones go up, and then come back down the right-leaning ones, and then go back on the right-leaning ones here so that all that side is done. And that's how I do that so it's not left undone. Now, I will find I miss some sometimes, and I have to go back with just a tiny bit of floss to catch one I missed or whatever. But that's human mistake, and we are all human. So that is how you do the stitches. With cross stitch, everything is an X. It's all X's, and that's what I like about it. It's very relaxing. It's very fun. So this is the pattern I got. Now I wanted to show you a few things. Some accessories you can buy outside of kits. You don't always have to do kits. This is from grade 7. This was sponsored. And I got this kit mostly for free. I got this kit. I paid the difference because I wanted this specific kit. They gave me a budget, and I went over the budget, so I paid the difference. This is something you can purchase for yourself. It's an embroidery cross-stitch bag. And as you can see, it's the shape of the embroidery hoop. And inside of it, it has many pockets, kind of like a project bag we have for knitting and crochet. It has pockets for all your pens and stuff to make notes on your patterns, for your notions. And this bag, I believe a lot of the cross-stitch sites have bags like this. This one specifically I got from Temu. And it has a project in it that I am partially done with. And then my notions in the zippered pouch. It's very nice. I'm thinking of getting another one as I do more projects. And you can fit a very big hoop in it. I believe this is about a 16-inch bag. So, and then you can also just buy packs of the floss. This is a 100-piece bag of floss. Strangely, it says polyester, but it's cotton. They're cotton, and none of them are this, I think. I think I got the one with no duplicates, but, you know, they say. I also got that on Temu. And then you can also buy, this was a gift from Crystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady's mama. We all know her, Patricia Walker. And this way, if you get a graph, like a graphghan we do in crochet or knit, any graph you can turn into a cross stitch. And there are cross stitch books, which, oh my gosh, so many people have blessed me this year. Dee from Dee's Creative Hands Crochet sent me a ton of beautiful magazines from her mother, Tutu, that are cross stitch magazines. And look, this is blue and the backgrounds. And in fact, this bag that I got my my hoop out of holds a pattern that I got all the stuff I needed, all the floss, and it even has beads. You can bead it. It's more like an embroidery pattern, but it's one I've been wanting to do, and I had to put on hold. But so you can buy kits, you can buy the singular items you need, like the fabric, the floss, and the needles and everything, and then just put it all together yourself. And then one more thing I have, what I was saying about hands hurting, because you're continuously gripping the hoop in one hand and then in and out, in and out. And what my hand does is my hand cramps after a while from this grip. I got this lovely, can't get it all in one thing. This goes under your leg if you're on the couch or on a chair. And then, here, let me see if I can move this back a little. So this goes under your leg, and this can go up and down. And then the hoop goes in here, so you don't have to hold it, and you can turn it at any angle. And you can then not hold the hoop while you're needle pointing. So all of these are wonderful tools you can use while cross stitching. But this is a wonderful, wonderful kit that came with, I am sure, a lot of floss, way more than I might need, especially when you're splitting each floss in half for your project. And I can't wait to work on the kit more. And I do have to get done with that other kit, but this will be the next one that I work on. I'll probably work on them simultaneously. Hold on a sec. So that was my first tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope, at least it gave a basic understanding on cross stitch, what comes in a kit, and what you can expect. And if anybody has any questions, or you think I could do better, or I missed anything, please leave them in the comments below. Help me learn so I can do better next time, or just let me know what, you would like to see next time. I would love to do better, or just, do more. I mean, why not? So have the happiest new year, and I will see you in the next one. Shine bright, my friends. Hey, look, stars, shine bright. And I'll talk to you later. Love y'all. Bye.